What do you think are the common problems that an agency owner who's just starting out they face when they are just trying to do the first bit? Like, let's say they're hiring the first employee right now, or they're thinking about hiring the first employee, or maybe the third one. What do you think are the problems that they face, and how do you think they can tackle them?
So the major problem which I have found, which is like the worst thing that can happen to a company, is majority of them are not focusing on hiring a sales guy or a branding guy. 70% of the agencies don't have a marketing department or branding department. So the problem is they have no one to bring the business. There is only technical side available only, and those technical individuals are working on finding the projects. So
Okay.
now, whenever they get, now the same problem is here as well. Whenever they get two or three projects, the sales is gone. The sales are just limited to those two or three projects only. They cannot expect more projects coming in. So whenever they lose a client, then they again start looking for other clients. So in my company, what's actually happening is I have no concern what's happening in the technical department. I have no concern with that. Okay, my concern is only working for the branding of the company and how we can grow it in terms of generating business for it. Okay, so this is how we are working on it. So I don't have to just like whenever we can get unlimited number of projects because the technical department is doing their job and I'm doing my job. Nothing is stopping me from getting more clients.
That makes
Getting that?
perfect sense.
So the problem is there's another reason why majority of the companies don't have a sales or branding guy because majority, if you have like if you know the sales guy, they get commissions or they get percentage. Those sales guys who are like more dependent on a fixed salary instead of commission, they do not know how to sell. So the problem is there's not enough good sales guy in the market. Because let's say if you start a company, okay, you are looking for a sales guy. You won't find any because nobody is confident enough that they can bring sales for the business or not. But I know I can bring sales for the business. And I know I'm like a major source of the company. But that's not something common in the industry. So if even if they find a sales guy, a good sales guy won't like just agree unless he gets 50% of the company because he have to put yeah that's how it
I
actually works
understand. I
because
understand.
he's the guy who's actually bringing the business. He can work for like 10 companies at the same time, but a technical guy cannot work for 10 companies at the same time. Are you getting me? That's
I
the main
understand.
problem. That's the
I
main problem.
really understand.
Which is why I preferred going for the sales. So, get sales training. If you get, let's say if you are working for a FMCG brand or some similar brand who sells products on every day, and I can get on like 1,000 calls a day or 100 calls a day. If I close them like 10% of them every day, I can still make like 10 grand a month. Okay, so this is how the sales field is much better. Let's say if I at one point my agency is making like six figures in USD. At the same time, I can work for another agency. I can work for another company as well. Help them in growing their business. Help them in being a leader of their sales team and all those stuff. But at the same time, a technical guy cannot do that. Okay,
At this
so
rate, you're gonna convince people to just abandon Amazon and just learn
no,
sales.
no, no, no. The problem is 90% won't abandon it because they are not confident if they can generate sales for the business or not.
Okay.
The problem is majority would say that you have strong personal branding, which is why you got the sales and all that sort of stuff. When I jumped into a separate company, I didn't brought any of the clients from my previous personal branding. None of them, because it wouldn't make sense. If I'm bringing my old clients as well, I would take much higher percentage, and
Because you've already
it can
chose them, right?
yeah. So it could jeopardize the company, and it doesn't make sense. So I started from scratch.